We've been chipping away at this 200-year-old abandoned cottage that sits on 1.7 acres, and we're currently turning it into a fully functioning off-grid home. With the winter upon us, there's loads of jobs we still need to do.
So the first job of this week is to solve our power problem in our property. Because we're coming into winter and our system is not fully optimized yet, we're running very low on power at the moment. And as you can see, we have solar all over the shop. We've got some in here, some over there, and I think it's time that we got them fixed onto the roof. But before we can solve the power problem in our house, there's a few little things we need to do first. First, we need to unplug the solar panels, and we need to grab ourselves a few tools. A few drills.
And a socket set.
And from experience, I'm going to be using an impact driver and a ratchet because sometimes they don't go in properly. And a little fancy contraption to carry all the tools up to the top so they don't fall off the roof. So we're just currently working out a plan of action before we go up there and make some massive mistakes like we've done in the past. So we think we've got a plan now. Fingers crossed it's going to be an easy job.
We then snipped all the solar wires in preparation to put them onto the roof, but as always Tommy was being a menace and took his daily chunk out of Dan's leg. After Tommy snacked on Dan's leg, it was time for some last adjustments to the panel. We then measured the roof one last time and made the final decision on the best position to place the solar to maximise the roof space. We then laid out all the brackets in our chosen shape. With the brackets all laid out on the ground, now we had to drill some holes in the roof.
It's the first one in, first one hopefully of many.
We were in our stride with this one, and it wasn't long before the first panel was flying up on the roof.
Can't get excited just yet. Just felt a little bit of rain and it's also starting to get a little bit dark, so we're going to have to put the job on hold just for a minute.
So we decided to come back at it the next day. So it's a new day today and the sun's shining, so we're going to make a crack on again with the solar. It's a perfect day for it. There's so many grasshoppers on the panels, have you seen them? I always call this part of the barn at the back Grasshopper Avenue because every time you take a step there's just thousands of grasshoppers just jumping out your way. We continued on Grasshopper Avenue. We moved the next panel into position to be placed on the roof. The best method that worked for us was the shuffle method. Me on the ground, passing them up to Dan, where he could take on the rest of the heavy lifting. After a little bit of repositioning, the next panel was in place. It just needed to be fixed in, then onto the next one. So time to bring the next panel up.
Laura is currently just taping up the solar connections because we've learned that it's better to tape them up before the solar comes up, because if you don't, you run into a lot of problems when you bring them up here because you can't get your hand under them once they fit in. And who made the really bad decision on solar panel companies to leave a tiny bit of wire on the end?
So Dan's just put the brackets in. It's time to bring up another solar panel. Even with a few oops moments, we were really enjoying this job and we were nearly there. This week's video is brought to you by Jackery. The boss is doing my absolute editing, man. He's got no idea about the 615s down there, has he? So when do you think this new apprentice is going to show up?
You'll not last 10 minutes working on a job like this.
Oh, here he comes. What's that under your arm, man? You're working on a building site, not a nightclub.
This is the Jackery Explorer 3000 V2. I'm going to be using this to power all my tools, man.
Ha! You'll not be needing that on this job here, man. Oh yeah, that'll be that naff electrician. He's always cutting the wrong wires.
Ah, what a shame. I guess work stops for you now, boys. I'll be working long into the night with this Jackery.
I'll show you. Hi love, what's up?
How loud's that going to be on? It's making a right racket. The Bens are asleep, me husband's on night shift. You can't have that generator running, it's so loud. I guess you boys will be wanting to know more about this now, won't you? I suppose. So this is the Jackery Explorer 3000 V2. It's the smallest and lightest power station of its kind. It's easy to store at home or to pack in your car for off-grid adventures with the kids, or for on the job so you can power your tools. And don't get me started on the features. It has 3 sockets, it has 2 USB-Cs, 2 USB-A's and a DC output as well. And it also includes an ultra-low self-discharge, and its massive 3600 watt output capacity can power all your tools, no problemo. And it's dead silent unlike those traditional generators, and the best thing is, we'll never have to bother Sandra next door again. And what's even better, from October the 27th to December the 2nd, for every customer who spends over 100 local currency units on the Jackery official website, Jackery will plant 1 tree on their behalf, and customers will receive information about the actual number of trees planted, including photos, videos and specific planting location. So to grab your own Jackery, click the link in the description below and use the promo code HOME05 to get 5% off.
Roll on the final push.
You haven't not only got to be a solar panel fixer, you've got to be a gymnast as well.
So we now have all the panels on the roof. We're going to leave it for tonight because Dan's going to go off and play football. But tomorrow we'll be wiring everything up and so our system will be optimally charging. The next morning we got back to work. As you can see, our cables are a bit of a mess. So we're going to sort them out properly for once and for all, get them in some conduit and have it looking a bit neater around here. After sorting the wires, we messed on for ages sorting out the connectors. It was becoming very annoying trying to get the cables to fully reach, but eventually we got them connected.
Oh, so glad then. We've just got to hope that, pray that actually getting solar in now. Really hope that it's getting solar in, please. Because honestly that was a nightmare. They really need to just extend them by literally 20 centimeters and it would help so much.
It's charging!
Oh my god.
822 watts going in. Oh, what a nightmare. No, honestly, what a nightmare that's been. They just make, I don't know why the solar companies make the connections on the back so tight. Like they don't leave any connection, any room to connect the two panels together. So my hands are all scraped to bits. Dan's hands and arms are all scraped to bits.
So we've just connected that upper cable now, so we've got 2 solars working, so hopefully we've got a third now and then we move on to the rest. I'm just waiting to see Laura. Always good to double check before we completely fully fix these down.
We're rocking.
Nice!
Getting there. So I saw sauna with dolphins. Our solar's all done for now. We're still waiting on one more panel and some cabling, but it's already making a huge difference. We're already getting so many more watts inside our power banks now, and as we're coming into the winter and the sun's obviously further away, so it's going to make a huge difference for us.
So next job I want to do is I've got a few spare lights I want to utilise in the storage unit and also in the shed, so that when the winter comes we can still work in the dark. I've also got this really old extension cable. I can actually remember this when I was like about 7 years old in my house. So this thing's probably maybe 30 years old, which is crazy. We'll see if it still works. I know the actual extension cable doesn't work because a lot of the components inside have obviously they've gone old and they're not working anymore. But the cable itself, I always kept this because I thought it might still work. I mean, this did initially work when we first arrived to the land a couple of years ago, but it stopped working now. So I'll still see if I can utilise some of the cable to wire up some of these lights. Hey up, where did you come from? You sneaking up on us? So to make sure there isn't a problem with the cable, I've just temporarily connected up the wires just to make sure before I commit to the job. Voila!
So much.
So Laura is demonstrating the light that I just fixed before, so as you can see Laura's currently just getting some firewood for us tonight. But we've got 1 light, 2 light. It makes such a massive difference, doesn't it, here?
It's definitely a lot easier. I don't have to have my torch on now.
The winter coming, I think this is going to make a nice little difference, just so you can come in here when you're collecting firewood and stuff, or even if we're working in here in the night time when it gets darker. It's going to be a good little addition to the homestead.
This was a job that's been on our to-do list for a while, so we turned up to this task with a lot of enthusiasm. However, that didn't last too long as we couldn't quite figure out why the chainsaw we borrowed from our friend wouldn't start. Sounded like it was too much to open. At this point we were thinking, is it worth persisting or just doing the job the good old-fashioned way?
Should we go the old-fashioned way?
No, I don't want to.
A good old saw and an axe.
I just don't want to do it all by hand. So much easier with electric equipment. The good old-fashioned way, here we come. We were really enjoying waking through and cutting up the old apple tree.
Laura's getting bit by ants on you.
They're coming up my trousers. So I'm having to like punch myself in the legs to stop them from biting us.
I think there's a little ant's nest inside of one of the tree trunks. We're nearly there now, we're getting there, we're making light work of it, not long now.
So that didn't take too long. It would have been easier with some electronic tools, but we got there. We're going to leave this as it is. It's quite sick, this tree, but there is some sprouts growing off of it, so I think we're going to leave it for now. The next job on the cards was to prune the suckers from our 70 olive trees in preparation for the upcoming olive harvest.
And that's all the suckers now off the trees. The trusty old axe does the job. Took us about 20 minutes to do them, but we do have over 70 olive trees, which is still quite a bit to do. But the trees are now all prepped, ready for olive season.
So Dan's just made Tommy's new hut. He's getting kicked out because he keeps biting our legs.
It's his little shack, isn't it?
Tommy's shack.
The Tommy shack. I'm gonna put like a little plaque on here for him saying Casa El Shaco.
Pigsty.
We wouldn't do that at Tommy, but it's a nice little feature just to have, just very temporary, just for the winter, so that we've got a place to store the generator when on the days that we need it. Very far and few, but just when on the days as a backup when we need it, just to push it in there, and it can top up our power system without the generator getting absolutely lashed on. Just going to get us some more gas. I know you don't care about gas, you everything raw.
Obrigada.
Ciao.
After getting a new gas bottle, we picked up a solar panel. So we weren't planning on getting a solar panel, but it was just what they had in.
And when they're there, you've just got to grab them.
Just got to grab them because they'll go quick. and schnam schnam. King and schnam.
Picked up a straggler, haven't we? Well, he said he wanted comfortable, he's comfortable.
Try not to go over the rocks. You're a farm cat, Tommy. Loves to ride in the truck.
And we're home. Oh, go, go, go.
So we picked this up today. We really like it. We're not sure whether it's going to go above the shelf that we made or here. We know how difficult it is to kind of screw things into this wall, so maybe it might go up there. But I really like it, and it's going to give us some more storage space, which we definitely need living in such a tiny space. As the sun was beautifully setting on the land, we decided to do a little bit of land clearance. Some of this stuff is 2 years overdue.
So it was definitely a big win getting the solar panel on the roof, and it's definitely massively upped our system now. We've noticed today, because it was really overcast and cloudy, how much of a difference it's made. So it's nice to get through some of the little individual jobs that we've been doing at the minute, because they were kind of in the background mounted up as well. But there's loads of interesting stuff to come. We've got a lot coming up. We've also today we just went to the city, didn't we, which was a big win that we had.
We spoke to a gas fitter who's going to come and safely install the gas oven properly and do everything tip top, because obviously gas, it's very iffy, want it done properly, so we've organised that. So looking forward to getting that done safely. And
definitely. I mean, we could have done that ourselves. We have been looking for ages to try and fit the gas ourselves, and cut a long story short, today we went out to source parts because we looked for ages trying to find some, we couldn't find anyone, and then today we went actually sourced the part, and randomly as we were trying to source the parts, the guy said, "Oh, I've got a fitter who can do it, like a professional fitter." So we were just like, great, yes, like when can we do it? And he was basically said he could come next week. So the oven is also going to be coming as well, so it's going to sync up perfectly, so we can get all that done. It's going to be really exciting and have it done professionally. So most importantly, there's no gas leaks in here of our dodgy work or something.
yeah, just have it done all safely and properly the first time. So yeah, it's going to be good to have the oven. I'm looking forward to that, and all the things and cakes, and yeah.
Definitely. We've also got a lot of other stuff in the background, because at the minute there's loads of different parts moving, because we've said this before, but jobs are just slowly moving all around us, and it's impossible to film everything. But we will show you everything that we've been doing, but it's just parts in the background are slowly moving, because we've got we're preparing for our water collection, so like the oven's coming. There's loads of different components at the minute that are just moving in the background, and we're just kind of slowly trying to piece it all together and get jobs in the right order and stuff. So it's looking really exciting at the moment, and life out here is improving in terms of the house for sure.
And comfort, yeah, it's definitely taking shape more now, and our lives are a lot more comfortable than when we first arrived.
Definitely.
Years ago, even just arriving in April, like our lives have already improved so much since then. So it's only going to keep getting better.
Definitely, it's mad how them little simple things, like something as simple as just improving the track, or getting a fire in here, or having a bed, like just them little simple things creeping up, how much of a massive difference, like it just improves the quality of your life.
And your mental health as well.
Definitely.
Just having a stable base has just been so good for us, and looking forward to spending more years and more months and and feeling what that feels like.
Definitely, and sharing it all with you as well. So we've got lots coming up, and thank you so much for watching the videos as always, and thanks for subscribing and commenting. We really appreciate it anyway. So I hope you're having a good day wherever you're up to in the world.
Obrigada. Ciao, ciao.